Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to another installment of Aligned to the Truth Tuesday. For those of you who are not aware or maybe new to my space, my name is Danielle Gray. I am a manifestation and a mindset coach, transformational teacher, and spiritual mentor, elevating you to align to your highest and best so that you can manifest a life that you love. So welcome back. If you are watching in the group, you're watching live in the group, I would love to hear where you're watching from. Go ahead and say hi. If you are watching on the replay, a hashtag replay is always appreciated. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I would really, 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 really appreciate it if you would hit the little thumbs up button to let me know that you like the video. And it also helps me work with the YouTube algorithm a little bit so that more people are able to see the message. And then while you're hitting the little thumbs up, you might as well hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know when a new episode is live on YouTube. And if you're listening on the podcast, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new, I really appreciate you being here. If you are a continued listener, I appreciate you more than you could know. And I would love it if you would leave a review of the podcast. And everybody is welcome. I would love it if you would join me in my free Facebook group where we do these recordings live. You can be there live. You can be part of the action. You can ask questions. You can take part and hang out with me because the live energy, I think most of the ladies who are tuning in regularly will agree that the live energy is not comparable to the replay energy. So thank you so much for being here in whatever capacity you're here. Today, I wanted to talk about essentially the time delay in manifestation and how it ultimately serves us, right? I was just doing some accountability feedback for my Alignment U clients. Every week they submit essentially a self-accountability form, and then I give them feedback based on what they've told me. And there was a kind of a theme this week, so I thought I would touch on it for the collective. And I just wanted to say one other thing. We are in the middle of Mercury retrograde right now, you guys. And I don't know about you, but it has been a doozy for me so far. So just know that if anything weird is happening right now, things seem like they're not quite going the way that you want. Maybe you feel a little bit off. Just know that that's all normal. I just wanted to touch on that really quick. Just know that that's all normal and tech issues are going to happen. Yesterday, social media was down for, 8 hours or something. That's going to happen. Other tech things are not going to work properly. You're going to maybe feel a little bit off. Like, just know that all of that is totally normal and kind of to be expected. So let's get into today's topic. So one of the main, sparks of inspiration I got for this was that one of the ladies who submitted her form, well, two of them actually, were talking about how, they're hitting limiting beliefs and they're getting a little bit impatient because the things they're asking for aren't coming, and they recognize they're getting impatient. So what I wanted to say, because I know that this is a common thing, right? Including I have been known to get impatient too, not so much anymore because I understand how the time delay serves me, right? But for those of us who are newer to manifesting or just really wanting this thing and we're not really sure how we're going to come about it, know that the time delay serves you in the sense that you can manifest things whether you are aligned with them or not, okay? Because manifesting, there's many universal laws at play, right? One of the main ones, the law of attraction. So what you focus on is what you attract to you, okay? So you can definitely manifest things without doing the inner work behind them, without being in alignment with the thing. Like, you can definitely manifest the things, but you will not be able to hold on to it, right? Like, if you do not identify as somebody who has this thing, if you do not align fully to the manifestation and to the version of you who has the manifestation, if you do not do the inner work and the limiting belief resolution, disillusion that's keeping you from having this thing, if you do manage to manifest it without doing those things, you will not be able to hang on to it. You will sabotage it. It will be taken away. It will be lost. For example, I think one of the most classic examples of this is making me nuts. There we go. One of the most classic examples of this is, and I've used this example hundreds of times, but the lottery winners, right? You get people more often than not who win the lottery. And then I think it's like 60% or something. So well over half the people who win the lottery, like, I'm talking like big jackpots, right? we're probably any amount, but I'm talking big jackpots. The people who win those lotteries, if they have not done the work to become a wealthy person, they will sabotage their new influx of abundance, right? They'll have family members constantly asking for handouts, or people who they owe money to will come out of the woodwork, or they'll have unexpected expenses, or they'll overextend themselves in some way, or they'll have some kind of emergency they have to, you know what I mean? Like things will come up that will sabotage the money that they've attracted. And I think it's Bob Proctor that says, you know, if you win $1 million, or maybe it's, doesn't matter. If you win $1 million, you better become a millionaire really quickly, right? Otherwise you will sabotage it and lose it and it will be gone. So that's a classic example of how it is possible to manifest things without the time delay. But chances are, if you're here in my space, whether you're listening on the podcast, you're watching on YouTube, you're here in the group, you are a light worker. Okay, that's who I attract. So in some form, and not every light worker is meant to be a coach. So don't think that I'm trying to paint you with the same brush or anything, but there are many light workers on the planet, and we're all being called to stand up and you know, shine our light and attract and inspire those who also need to shine their light, and, you know, spread the ripple effect. You guys heard me say the ripple effect before. So that being true, then, right, the universe wants light workers like us to not only have the things that we want, but have them in a way that is sustainable, right? Have them in a way and attract them in a way that it will stay around, because part of the process for us is to do the work required to not only manifest the thing, but then to hang on to it, right? So the time delay serves us all, because the time delay, not only, like, one very important piece of it is the time delay allows you to create clarity. And a lot of the time the clarity comes through contrast, right? Like over time, you'll experience things that you realize, oh, I definitely don't want this. I don't want more of this. I definitely am sick of this. I'm definitely sick of my own shit here. I'm definitely not going to do this again, right? Those are all contrasting moments that allow us to create the clarity we need to paint a more definite picture of what we're creating, right? Because you need to have ultimate clarity in what you are creating, not necessarily how it's going to come about or when or through who, right? But you do need to have absolute clarity of what you're manifesting. And for a lot of us, you know, we don't know. And I've had many clients come into Alignment U, and they realize when I've asked them, I have them go through one specific workshop when they start, and they realize they didn't know what they wanted. They don't know what their ultimate vision is. So it's hard for them to align to the version of them who has that, but when they don't even know what that is, right? So obviously, first you need to figure out what it is you even want. What are you creating? What's this ideal version of your life look like? So many of us, through contrast and clarity, will find that. For example, one of my clients, she did say a couple of weeks ago that she was having a hard time deciding what her like ultimate vision looked like. And then she was a speaker at this trade show. She's an interior stylist / real estate investor. And this, I don't know, trade show or conference or whatever was for other real estate investors. So she was going up to present why interior styling and staging is so important for real estate investment, right? And while she's there, she's talking to all these women who have, you know, all kinds of different investments, all kinds of portfolios, all kinds of different business models, all kinds of different things that they've manifested, like, you know, vacation houses and different trips and different vehicles and things like that. So I say that to mention that she realized through spending this weekend at this conference that it allowed her to get a little more clarity of what it is that she's creating, right? And that's what I mean about the time delay serving us in creating clarity for us, because you don't know what you don't know, right? You don't necessarily know you want something until you see it. Like, for example, my husband and I think I've mentioned in previous videos, my husband and I we started on very different playing fields of what the ultimate, you know, home environment would be, like what the house looks like, what kind of land, what kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever extra things, like whether it's a pool or whether it's a garden or whether it's a, you know, a shop or whatever, right? Like all the extra things. And so we've gotten we're pretty much on the same page now, over the years of contrast and clarity and discussion and seeing what else is possible and what's out there and creating a vision that works for us both and as a family unit and all the things. And then the other day, we were watching one of the modules of one of the, I don't know if it was a gardening course or the homesteading course or whatever, some course that my husband's taking. We were watching a module together, and they show this house with this really beautiful like terrarium, atrium kind of like attached to the house, greenhouse. We had kind of been talking about wanting greenhouse, but I had never thought to have one attached to the house before. And it's funny because I've seen it before. You see it a lot in scary movies. I think that one movie, The Hills, or what is it? The one with it doesn't matter. Scary movies a lot of the time have these like scary, like abandoned atriums with the vines growing all over them or whatever. So I've never really seen one that like appeals to me. But anyway, in this module, it showed this really beautiful round domed glass terrarium atrium thing attached to the house, greenhouse. And I thought, oh my God, both of us were just like, that would be amazing. That's definitely something we want to have. Now that's been added to our, as Abraham Hicks refers to it, as added to our vortex, right? So now that was a clarity moment for me. And that's one of the reasons why, I've been manifesting this house for some time now, right? But the thing is, for me, the more things like that happen, the more I realize that I'm not ready yet, because there's all kinds of things that I don't even know that I want yet that are part of my ultimate vision. Like the universe has a bird's eye view of all the things that are going on, right? But we don't know what we don't know. And so the time delay allows you to clarify what it is you're creating, right? Like I'm not going to go and spend, hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars on a piece of land and a house, and then, a few months later see a module and go, oh, actually, I want to knock this wall back out and put an atrium on. Like that's probably not going to happen, right? These things are easier to clarify ahead of time so that when we go and drop the plans for this house, everything that we want is part of it. Right? So allow the delay in manifesting the thing to serve you. Allow it to be a game, right? Like think, okay, well, what else am I going to discover that's going to sweeten the pot here? Right? Like the only reason the manifestation hasn't come yet is because A, you don't have a full idea yet, or B, you've got things blocking you from manifesting it, right? Like there is doubt. Every time that you doubt that the manifestation is coming, you push it further away. Most of the time, the things that we're manifesting are literally on the other side of the door, but we perpetually keep shutting it because we keep doubting that it's coming. We keep focusing on what is instead of what could be, right? Instead of what is coming. And I want you to really hear me when I say everything that you're manifesting is manifesting. Like it is coming into form right now. But your continual noticing of it not being here is keeping it at bay. Like you're keeping the door closed when it's literally just on the other side of this door trying to come in. Okay. So impatience obviously is one of those things that's going to slow everything down, because when you are vibrating impatience, you are in lack mode, right? You are focusing all of your attention on, or at least the majority of your attention on, the fact that what you've asked for is not here yet. And that, like I just said, perpetuates it not being here because you're focusing on what is. And by law of attraction, what you focus on is what you attract. So if you are continuously focusing on the fact that the thing you want hasn't come, the thing you want can't come, because by law of attraction, you've attracted a situation where the thing can't come. You following me? So you have to change the way you look at the time delay. You have to change the way you look at the time between when you ask for something and when it actually shows up. So first of all, knowing that it is happening. It is happening. Like no more when it shows up, if it comes, no more doubt, right? It is coming. I can't wait to see how it shows up, right? The next thing you want to do, take it a step further, is embody the version of you who already has the thing. So for example, if you're manifesting a house, instead of looking around at your current house going, oh, I can't wait till we're in our bigger house. I can't wait till we're in our nicer house. I can't wait till we're this. I can't wait till we're that. In a lack vibe, I mean, obviously you can look around in like happy anticipation. Oh my goodness, won't it be nice when? Right? Won't it be nice when is such a different vibe than, oh my God, I can't wait for. Like, why can't it just hurry up and get here? Right? Won't it be nice when is more of a kind of like the way you anticipate a vacation. Like, oh, won't it be nice when we're laying on the beach and we're being served drinks and we can just listen to the waves, right? You know it's happening. You know it's coming. Even if you haven't booked the vacation yet, you know you'll be at that destination at some point, right? Like, for example, my family and I were at some point planning on going. I think our next vacation is going to be Maui, right? So nothing's booked. I have no dates. I don't know, because of course there's all these rules about traveling right now. But I can say here right now, won't it be nice when we've checked in and we're all set and we're walking across we're going to stay at this condo of a family friends, right? Across the street, we're going to go to the beach right away. Like, I can say, won't it be nice when? But when you're constantly focusing on what is, you perpetuate what is. So instead, let's go back to the house example for a minute. If you're manifesting a new house, instead of looking around and noticing all the ways your current house is not your dream house, start treating your current house as your dream house. And I don't mean like visualizing and pretending that you're already in your dream house. I mean, treat your current living space as if it were your dream house. Like, you have manifested it. It's perfect for you. Because remember, at one point, where you are right now is something you've manifested. So treat it that way, right? Decorate it. Like, don't hold back on buying decorate. This is something I used to do. I would hold back on improvements and decorations and stuff because this isn't ultimately where I want to be. So why would I set up and why would I get comfortable here when I don't want to stay here? Well, you still have to be there for the time being, right? And the more gratitude, basically, it's showing appreciation and gratitude for where you currently are, right? The more energy you can spend doing that, beautifying your space now, showing love to your space now. That's really what it is, right? The more love you can give to your space now, the more closely aligned you are with the place that you're manifesting. So, like I say, do the updates, do the renovations, do the decorating, right? Because ultimately, even if where you're going, like, let's say you want to buy new drapes, okay, and the house you're manifesting, has windows way bigger than the windows you have now, so there's no way you're going to take your drapes with you. Whatever, leave the drapes where they are. That doesn't matter. We're worried about the present moment only, okay? We're worried about the present moment only. We're trying to give love and gratitude to the space we're in, so you're only worried about right now. So buy the drapes that fit the window you have right now, right? Get the decorations that fit the space you have now. Obviously, the space that maybe it's not obvious, but the space that I'm ultimately manifesting is a lot bigger than the one I have now. So I'm going to need bigger pieces, bigger, furniture, extra whatever. But right now, I am where I am. It is what it is. And I'm going to decorate it and I'm going to appreciate it. And I'm going to spend time in love and energy in the space that I have now. Also, on the flip side of that, you want to be treating your space as if it's your dream space by keeping it clean and tidy, right? When I think about my ideal dream house, do I have clothes on the floor and dishes out on the counter and, cut paper from my son just like where? No, I'm going to, obviously I would make a very clear effort to keep it clean and tidy and organized and very, I'm going to be very respectful of my space. So why wouldn't you treat your current space like that? You really need to embody the version of you who already has what you want from the perspective you have right now. So if you are, let's say, manifesting a partner, okay, how are you going to show up as your best self for your partner? How are you going to show up as your best version of yourself? Show up like that now. Be that person now. Right? Like, if you think that you'll cook nice meals for your partner, but right now you're eating ramen noodles for dinner, like, why are you doing that? Why don't you deserve to have a nice meal now? Why do you feel you're only worthy of a nice meal once you have a spouse to cook for or a partner to cook for? Like, that's silly, right? Treat yourself the way that you would be treating a partner. Make yourself the version of you that is irresistible to people around you. Because I'll tell you another thing, the more self-love and self-care you can give to yourself, the more of a magnet you become to the perfect relationship anyway. Right? When my husband and I started dating, I had been single for 14 months or whatever. And I dedicated that almost unconsciously at the time. I didn't realize I was doing this, but I basically dedicated that whole 14 months to just living it up and having the best time and treating myself well and taking myself to get my nails done and my hair done and, regular waxes and regular tans and regular all that for me, because I deserved it. right? It wasn't about trying to make myself look a certain way to attract a certain partner. It was, I feel good when I look this way. I feel good about spending this time and money on myself. So I'm going to do that. And by the time we started dating, I was such a magnet for exactly what I had wanted. Like, you guys know, I've been manifesting him since I was 5, right? He's sitting over in the living room. That's why I'm pointing over here. By the time he came into my life, I was not aggressively trying to manifest a partner or him specifically. I was just living my life, knowing where I was and who I was. And I became a magnet for my dream scenario, right? And that's how you want to be looking at the the time lag of your manifestations. You want to be using that time to serve you. How can I use this time to become the version of me who already has the things, right? And remember too, that it's very, very important that you don't just focus on changing just the habits. Like, for example, if you are trying to, let's say, become healthier, more fit, spend more time on yourself, on what you're putting in your body, on how you're treating your body and all those things, you can't just expect to be able to start eating differently without doing anything else, right? Because then you will sabotage it. At the minute you have a bag of chips in the house, you're going to eat the entire bag and then you're going to feel like shit about yourself, right? So instead, you need to dial it back further than that and change who you are and the identity level by doing the inner work. What is keeping me in this place? What beliefs do I have about the version of me who is healthy? What beliefs do I have about being healthy, period? Like, do I think that being healthy and eating good food and working out is strenuous and boring and like sucks all my time and all those things? Because if that is what you believe, subconsciously at least, you will sabotage every opportunity you have to do better for yourself. If you believe that, working out is going to be hard and this and that and whatever, and it's not going to be fun and all these things, you're going to talk yourself out of it every single time. So you have to first change the way you see yourself. You have to change who you are on the identity level. Are you somebody who is fit and works out and eats well and takes good care of her body? Okay, if that's who you want to be, then what beliefs do you have? What values do you have? It has to become part of you. It can't just be like this habit that you want to instill. It has to be part of you, right? This is important for all manifestations. What got you here will not get you where you're going. It will only get you here, right? And if you keep doing it the way you're doing it, if you keep doing things and approaching life the way you've been approaching life, you're going to continue to experience the same reality. So you need to dig deeper and figure out what is keeping you where you are. What is your belief system? I've said in like 17 videos, I think, you have to be willing to look at your current reality and really question, what must I believe to be true about life or about, being fit, taking good care of my body, having the house, having the job, having the partner, having, overflow in my bank account. What must I believe to be true about all those things for my current reality to look the way that it does? Is that ultimately true? What would I rather believe? And how does having what I'm asking for actually serve me, others, and the world? Right? You will find very quickly that everything you desire, by you having the thing, by you achieving that, by you experiencing that, serves the world, because it creates a ripple effect, right? When you are fulfilled, if you have no needs and wants, you are totally happy with where you are, you're aligned, you have a good relationship with the universe, you have a good relationship with yourself, you're good at identifying, what's holding you back and the little voices as they pop up, you're good at identifying, okay, well, that's actually a limiting belief because that's not true. And it's something that's trying to disempower me. So that's not my higher self, that's my ego, right? When you get really good at all of that, you very quickly and easily align to a life where things just flow for you, right? But you have to start doing things that you're not normally doing. Most people are not walking around conscious of the thoughts they're thinking and the limiting beliefs that are popping up and the self-sabotaging behaviors that they're instilling. Right? But if what you're doing is not getting you closer to where you're going, essentially it's a form of self-sabotage, right? And where you're going needs to be prioritized. And anytime you are straying from your priorities, you need to question that. Why am I doing this? Why am I straying from my priorities? Why am I not making time for the things that I know I need to do to get me where I'm going? Because all of these things will shorten the time delay too, right? Success loves speed. Money loves speed. The universe loves speed, right? The quicker you can show up for yourself and just do the things, whether they make sense or not, the quicker you will experience what it is that you're asking for, right? Follow your nudges, follow your intuition. Don't, seek outside, asking 17 people what their opinion is. Everything you need to know is available to be clarified or downloaded or whatever through meditation, through a communication with the universe, and asking your angels and guides to come in and help you. Okay, all of it. Even when we're looking at the time delay, when you're experiencing a time delay, you can even if you're not sure what it is that's keeping you from manifesting the thing, because it is only you keeping the manifestation at bay, right? Keeping it behind the door. Ask the universe, what is the lesson I need to learn in order to, align fully with the thing that I'm calling in? What am I missing? What do I need? What am I how can I get ready? However you want to ask the question, just ask. Your higher self knows the answer. The universe knows the answer and is literally standing by waiting to help you. But you have to ask. There is no law of assertion. Your guides, angels, universe, all the spiritual realm, they can't just assert themselves into your life. You have to ask. But you have to be aware of the need to ask too. Right? The time delay serves you. It allows you to not only clarify what it is that you're creating and why. You have to be very clear on why you want the thing too. It's not enough to just want more money, a bigger house, a car, or whatever. You need to get very clear on why you want those things, because the why is what's going to drive you to stay committed and to doing the inner work to discover what's keeping you at arm's length from the thing. Right? And then also the time delay serves us so that we can better align to the version of ourselves who has the thing, so that it can come to us without us then sabotaging it, right? The universe is doing us all a favor. We are light workers. We are being done a favor by having the time delay serve us. It gives us time to identify all the things that have us not believing we're worthy of the thing, so that when we do have the thing, we do feel worthy of it. We do feel confident that we deserve it, and we can hang on to it, right? Life is about expansion and experiencing more and more and more and more and more. Trust me, when you get the next thing you're manifesting, it will not be that long until you have something else you want to manifest, right? And don't feel like that makes you greedy or selfish or anything like that. That is the whole point. That is the whole point. We are talking about the time delay serving us. We're talking about the time delay in manifesting being for our highest good. Like I said, it allows us to have the contrasting moments and the clarity moments to get very, very clear on what we want and why. And it allows us to get very, very clear on who we need to become in order to successfully manifest the thing and hang on to it. Because it's not going to do you any good to manifest the business or the partner or the whatever if all you're going to do is turn around and self-sabotage it because you don't feel ready or deserving or worthy of the thing, right? You have to do the work so that it all aligns. So the next time you're feeling impatient about a manifestation not coming when you deemed it should come, take the opportunity to ask yourself and the universe, what is the lesson I need to learn? What am I missing? What more do I need to do, become, whatever? What's the gap? How do I bridge the gap? Ask for help from your angelic realm, not from your friends. Definitely don't take advice from people who are not where you want to be either. That's only going to perpetuate where you are, right? Stop talking to people who are constantly focused on what is. You want to talk to people who have bigger dreams than you, or who are at least dreaming as well. You want to talk to people who, when you say, when my business hits 7 figures, blah, 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 they don't roll their eyes and go, yeah, that be nice. You want people who are going to go, oh my God, and when my business hits 7 figures, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Okay. You don't want to spend time with people who don't get it, because that continues to perpetuate the doubt and the feelings of, not worthiness and all those things, right? You need to be talking to people who are at least on par with your level of consciousness, if not higher, right? You want to spend time with people who are where you want to go, not people who are where you are right now, because that's just going to keep you where you are right now. Right. And by you expanding, you get to inspire the other people who were in your circle to do better. And yeah, you're right. Some of them are probably going to doubt that you can do it. And they're going to say things either to your face or behind your back or whatever. But you know what? People who are going to talk about you, like people who are inclined to discuss other people instead of other ideas or whatever, they're going to talk about you no matter what. People who are going to talk about you are going to talk about you no matter what. So you might as well give them something to talk about. Right. And in the book, The Big Leap, that we're reading right now, which, by the way, you guys, the book club is just on fire. And I would love it. You guys are welcome to come in late if you want to. We've only done 3 sessions. I think we've got 3 or 4 more left. I've got even a PDF free version of the book you can start reading right away after you register. It's only $88. It was $5.97. We've still got it on promo for $88. I'm telling you, it's life-changing stuff, and you definitely want to get into it. So if you want the link for this round of the book club for The Big Leap, please comment book club below, and I will make sure you get the link. You can come in right away. You can watch the 3 replays. We're doing them 2 chapters at a time. So it's really easy to digest. We do 1 discussion a week. So it's like impossible to fall behind. Honestly, like you guys are seriously missing out if you're not part of this. But anyway, there's an example in the book. Okay. So one of the many reasons we sabotage ourselves is we are concerned about leaving people behind, right? Like I'm talking about now social circles who are not ready to up level with us, right? Or I'm talking about siblings or whatever. We're worried about leaving people behind. We're worried about outshining other people, right? Maybe siblings, maybe friends, maybe your spouses, whatever. But the Gay Hendricks makes a good point in the book. He says, look, those people who are going to be jealous of your success would be probably just as jealous if you bought a new fridge. So let's put it into perspective. People who are going to go down the route of jealousy, they're going to go down the route of comparison, they're going to go down the route of judgment, they're going to go down that road anyway. So you might as well give them something worthwhile to be jealous of or to talk about, right? Give them something to talk about. And in the meantime, maybe you'll actually inspire them to also step up and be who they really want to be and who they were meant to be, who they came here to be before they came here. Like, I'm not going to get into that, go down that rabbit hole right now. But anyway, it doesn't do you any good to play small. So you might as well do the things that are going to help you move forward to where you're going and shorten that time delay, shorten the gap between where you are and where you're going. And the only way to do that is to look very carefully at who you are and what makes you do the things you do, right? Why do you believe the things you believe? Where does it come from? Is that ultimately true? Does it serve you to carry forward? Right? What must you believe to be true about life for it to look the way that it does? Introspection is the best possible thing you could do for yourself. So take the time to get to know all parts of you, right? Your shadow self, your the light worker side, their limiting beliefs, your hidden barriers, your upper limiting behaviors, your like wherever your glass ceiling is, the ways you self-sabotage yourself. When you notice yourself self-sabotaging, question it. Why am I doing this? Like, what am I afraid of? What's the worst case scenario? Do I actually want the thing that I'm going towards, or do I just feel like I should want that thing? What is it that I actually want? Why do I want that? Why is it important to me? What's stopping me? What am I afraid of, right? It's all about asking yourself the right questions. So does anybody have any questions about this today? About the time delay, about aligning to the version of you who already has what it is that you want, anything? And thank you everybody for hanging out with me live again. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Jamie says the book club is amazing. She's not kidding, you guys, honestly. Like, it is just absolutely crazy how amazing it is. The breakthroughs we're having as we're having the discussions, following the discussions, through the journaling prompts, all of it. Yeah, Jamie says, if it's possible for someone else, it is possible for us. Success leaves clues. That's exactly right. If anything that you want to accomplish has been accomplished by somebody else, it's possible, right? If anybody, and it doesn't matter where you're from, who you know currently, what your circumstances are, none of that matters. All that matters is that you have a very clear vision and a very clear why that vision is important to you. And everything else just kind of falls into place. Okay, and I will take one more second to say that, as always, I would love to invite you to join my text message list where I send out daily affirmations, random manifesting inspiration and updates via text message right to your phone. If you want to get on the list, all you have to do is text Tuesday to 310-388-9974, and that gets you automatically on the list. I send out the affirmations every morning. And then, like I said, there's random daily inspiration sent in and around, as well as updates. Like I normally, I don't think I did this morning, but I normally would send a text message to let you know that I was going live in the group at 10. But you know where to find me, 10 a.m. every week, every Tuesday. I'm here for Align the Truth Tuesday. I got another. What about focusing on things we don't want when we get frustrated? How to get us out of that? What about focusing on things we don't want when we get frustrated? Well, you need to question why it's making you frustrated, right? Like what always you need to look at it. What is the lesson here? What's the silver lining? And what part of me attracted this situation? Like, what belief do I have that attracted? You need to not be looking at these things as if they're happening to you, right? When you're focusing on things you don't want to get frustrated, you're focusing on things happening to you. You need to change the way you see it. This is happening for me. What is the lesson to be learned? How can I overcome it? What part of me attracted this? And how can I transcend it, right? How can I dissolve the belief that created this situation so that I can move forward? And honestly, one of the best skills you can ever develop is the ability to find the silver lining in everything. In everything. Like even a car accident. It's very possible that you got in an accident because if you had kept going down the road, you would have ended up in a pileup, right? One of my friends, Teresa, who actually leads the book club with me, she was in, was it her? It doesn't matter, whatever. She was telling me a story about, I think it was her. She was in a car accident and it was all, it was, frustrating and she was all pissed off or whatever. But then it turned out that a little while later, like that same morning on her route, there was a 6-car pileup that she would have been in had she not, or was it the car broke down? It doesn't matter, whatever. It serves us all, okay? Everything that happens serves us. So if you're focusing on what's pissing you off and what you don't want, all you're going to do is attract more of the same. So instead, like, honor the fact that you're frustrated, right? Like, okay, I am frustrated. I am angry. Don't resist the feeling, because resisting the feeling does not help. Allow the feeling to be there, because we are human, having humans experiences, right? So we're going to have emotions. So acknowledge it. Give it, like, imagine your heart giving it a big hug, this fear, or this frustration, this anger, whatever, give it a big hug, dissolve it back into love, and then start questioning, how did I attract this? What's the lesson? And what must I believe to be true for this to be the way that it is, right? And a lot of the time, if you guys are even interested in at least reading The Big Leap, like at least read the book, if not coming and doing the book club, I'm telling you, it will change your freaking life. Honestly, like, I just cannot say it enough. I wish I'd written the book myself. So amazing. But he says in there too, pretty much everything that happens in our lives, obviously, that I believe too, that we attract it to ourselves. And he's saying that it's a way for us to attract situations that limit us so that we have an excuse why we couldn't go to that next level, why we couldn't take the next big leap, why we can't live in our zone of genius, which is basically living in alignment. Right? So question, how did I how did I create this scenario? How is it keeping me from where I'm going? Right? Question it. Question everything. Okay. And I'm telling you, the quicker you can learn to look for the silver lining, the faster it will be and the easier it will be for you to get out of those frustrating moments again. Okay. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? And I just wanted to remind everybody, for those of you guys who are in the Facebook group, there are all kinds of manifesting resources can now be found in the resources tab in the guides section. So when you're in the group, go up to the top, click guides, and then you go down to the resources one. I think it's the third one, but I could be wrong. And there's all kinds of different, there's freebies and there's some of the different programs. It's not an exhaustive list, but some of the things that I've started to set up are all there. So you can go there and check that out and take advantage of some of the other resources that are available. Okay. So I will leave it there. Thank you guys so much for being here with me live. Thank you so much for watching the replay. I so appreciate your time and love. And I would really appreciate if you would let me know if this installment of Aligned to the Truth Tuesday was helpful. Please let me know in the comments, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. Please let me know down below if this was helpful, if it shifted anything for you, what aha moments you got. I love to hear how it's helping. And if you have any questions or suggestions for future Aligned to the Truth Tuesday topics, please go ahead and drop those below too. I would love to hear suggestions. I obviously want to make sure these are for you. I'm doing this for you, so I want to make sure you're getting out of it what you need. So let me know what it is that you would love to hear, and I will make a point to have it in a future episode. And a final reminder, if you are feeling called to join us in the book club, the Watch the Magic Unfold book club, we're doing the Big Leap right now. Absolutely life-changing. I'm telling you, you will not be the same person after participating. If you would like to get in on that, even late, it's okay. We've got replays available and everything. So just go ahead and drop book club below in the comments, and I will make sure you get the link. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next Tuesday.